One of the most useful things that we can do with rounding is estimating amounts and totals effectively when it comes to dealing with money. So something you should be able to do is round to the nearest cent. This will be especially useful as we get into our word problems a little bit later on, and if you are calculating totals and amounts of things in your everyday life. So if I ask you to round to the cent, this is the same thing as rounding to the nearest hundredth. Okay, so that is 2 decimal places. So let's practice that in the examples below. So $7, and then we've got 6, 2, 4. So my 2 is in the hundredth spot. 4, the number next to it, is less than 5. So my rounded value is $7.62. B, my number in the hundredth spot is 6. The number to the right is 8. So I'm going to add 1 to my underlined digit to get a rounded total of $10.17. 22, 525. My number in the hundredth spot is that 2. Just erase there so I'm consistent. The number immediately to the right is a 5. My rules are 5 or greater. I'm going to add 1 to my underlined digit. So my rounded total is $22.53. My next example, I've got 19 and then 0.998. So my 9 is in the hundredth spot. My number immediately to the right is greater than 5. So I'm rounding up, which is actually going to change my total to $20, because when I round up 99, that changes to 100, which actually adds $1 onto my total. Here, I've got 5.68. This one is already rounded. And then this one is also already rounded. Okay, so as long as they have 2 numbers after the decimal point, that tells you the correct number of cents. So let's do another example here. The other type of rounding that you should be comfortable with when it comes to money is rounding to the nearest dollar. So this is the same as rounding to the nearest 1. So my number in the 1 spot is 1 in this example. My number immediately to the right is 2, which is less than 5. So that means that my underlying number stays the same. So this rounds to $21. My next example here also happens to have a 1, but this time my number immediately to the right is a 5, which means that I'm going to add 1 to that underlined total. You can also think of this in terms of a number line. So we've got 0, let's say 0 cents on this side, and then you've got 100 cents on this side. 50 cents is right in the middle. If your cent value, so 95 cents, is in this zone, you are going to add 1. So here I have $10.95. That's closer to $11 than it is to 10, because 95 is greater than 50. If my cents value is in this range, so between 0 cents and 51 cents, then I'm going to stay the same. So that means that $3.21 is closer to $3 than it is to $4. Last 2 examples, 55.22. 22 cents is on the left-hand side, so it's less than 50. So that means that that's closer to $55. And then on the right-hand side is 67 cents. So that means that this would be closer to $126 than it is to $125. Rounding can also allow us to estimate a total. So here's an example where we have actual totals of 3 items that you might buy, and then we're going to estimate the total cost. So 24.56 to the nearest dollar would round to 25. 14.23 would round to $14. 32.76, that 76 is greater than 50 cents, so that's going to round up to $33. And now I can add those $3 values together. Okay. So let's see, 9, 10, 11, 12, carry the 1, 4. So my total would be about $72.